Welcome back to the Clayton Show. And yeah, I think it's been 4 months. And I'm very sorry, but there's really been a lot going on. But this episode is really going to be worth it. And if you're like, I don't even know who you are, so who cares if you've been gone? I'm Clayton. I am the host of the Clayton Show. I started this podcast to really just show my love for helping young people in my generation learn about politics and religion and just current events. And I want this to be a space where we all can learn together. So today I'm diving into a conversation that I typically don't talk about, and it's going to be great. It's going to be about how Gen Zs, instead of staying silent, how we're not staying silent. How people are growing and talking and not just staying quiet in their little bubble. They're really speaking out. And also, before we jump into the real meat of the episode, the Clayton Show is now officially on Instagram. So you can find me at cleighton-cox. Search my name. Just search the @ and put cleighton-cox. We're there. We're on X if you already know that. And of course, we're on YouTube and all the Spotify stuff. And we're on all the podcast platforms. So let's jump into this. Over the last few months, I've kind of noticed this shift. And I've been talking to a lot of Gen Z people and a lot of people just like that are around me. And we're just talking louder about politics and faith. And we're just not being silent in general. I literally wrote an entire script about how Gen Z is just being quiet. And it just didn't feel right to me. I kept writing it more and more and more. And the more I researched and the more I talk with people, I realized we're not being silent. We're genuinely speaking up. We're doing this louder than ever before, and we're questioning the status quo that we've always been forced to believe that's been pushed by the mainstream media, that we just believe everything that they're saying, everything the left is saying. And so today, I'm going to take you through how Gen Z is finding the voice in politics and faith, and how we're really just rejecting the left, and why I believe this shift is one of the most important movements of our entire generation. For a long time, this narrative around Gen Z was that we're a quiet generation, passive and unwilling to speak about politics or anything else. People have said that we're really disengaged. We're in our phones so much. We're caught up in technology, and that we're genuinely just silent. And I believed that at first. Fully, I really did. But as I spent more times in conversations and paying attention to what's happening, I'm realizing this real full story. I've been to events like AmericaFest. I've talked to people at my school and really listened to voices in my generation. And the truth is, we're speaking up as a generation. We might not just be doing it in the way the media or older generations expecting to. We're not staying silent. We're speaking up in a lot of different ways that people don't expect. So let's talk about politics for a minute. If you asked me a year ago, I would have told you that Gen Z was so silent on politics. My whole life, no one's cared except me. But after all, we weren't exactly showing up at the ballot boxes in droves. We weren't in the streets protesting like some other generations or some other groups. But something has changed. There's a noticeable shift that's happening right now, and it's so cool to see. One of the biggest turning points of my personal life was AmericaFest. This massive event where there were over 20,000 people, and 15,000 of those people were Gen Z. They were high school students like you and me, or college students. It was overwhelming and so exciting to see that many people, that many young people in one place. We're all so passionate about one thing: politics, and not staying silent. We're all willing to stand up what we believe for. And it's cool to see that this isn't a one-time thing. The shift that's happening is all over the country. It's clear that we're not just sitting on the sidelines anymore. We're engaging in politics, questioning ideologies, and pushing back against the leftist narratives. Young people are rejecting the ideas like socialism and cancel culture and identity politics. We're realizing that a lot of these ideas, they just don't make sense, and we're ready to take action. So what's a big reason that this change is happening? What's the drive? I personally think that a big part of this change is groups like Turning Point USA and figures like Charlie Kirk. Charlie's been a huge influence on this generation. I think he's one of the main reasons we won the election was because of how many colleges he went to and campuses just to debate and talk and be pushed around ideas and talk about it with people. I mean, his entire message is to go to college campuses and talk directly to young people. Because they're voters, they're voters. We're all voters. I mean, not us right now, but in the next election, most of us are going to be voting. It's about showing Gen Z that we've got a seat at this table. We're going to have a major impact. Our voices matter, and we don't have to accept the status quo. Through TPUSA, more and more young people are getting involved in political activism. It's not just about voting, it's about shaping the conversation, standing up for conservative values, and rejecting ideologies that undermine our country's foundation. And Turning Point has empowered us to be bold, to question, and to take control of our future. TPUSA has empowered us to be bold, to question, and to take control of our own future. And that right there, that mindset is exactly why I'm dropping this next announcement. First time that we've talked about it anywhere. I have it up on my socials, but I've never posted about it. Because it's time for us to stop just saying we believe in something and start wearing it. And so for the first time ever, I am officially launching Clayton Show merch. And this isn't just a logo on a hoodie. This is personable. I've had 3 big dreams for a while. Write a book, preach a sermon, and launch merch that actually means something. And today, one of those dreams is real. This first drop is all about standing up for truth and saying what others are afraid to say, and about building a movement with people who aren't scared about what they believe. There are 3 collections in this first launch. The Clayton Show Essentials. And these are clean, bold, and classic. This is for the people who have been with me since the beginning that want to rep the show every day. But this next collection is my favorite. The No Apologies collection. This is where we get loud. These are the statements, the quotes, the truth bombs printed unapologetically. If truth or friends good, it means it hits something real. That is, moving forward, that is the whole idea behind the show. If the truth offends good, it means it hits something real. Because I'm all about giving you truthful knowledge, and that is one of the quotes on the shirt. That is our message. And finally, the TCS Black Label. Premium, heavyweight, oversized gear that's minimal in design but maximum in message and quality. This is not just merch. This is a statement. And so if you've been following along, supporting my mission, or just ready to be a part of something real, head to, the link will be up on the screen. It'll be in the description. It's a very long link, but that's fine. And because you're hearing it here first, use code REALONES, REALONES, all caps, at checkout for a special discount during launch week. This is a movement. Let's build it one truth at a time. So, let's get back into the topic. This shift isn't all about politics. It's also about faith. One of the things it's been so inspiring is to see Gen Z becoming more and more open about our relationship with God. In a time where so many people are afraid to speak about their faith, more and more of us are standing firm in our beliefs. And I think that's important. We all need to stand firm in our beliefs and what we believe. Even if it's not in what I believe, I want you to stand up for what you believe, because that's what matters, is us not staying silent. So, a couple of weeks ago, something incredible happened. A group of my friends and I got together on a Friday night for a worship session. We're just a group of young people, Gen Z, coming together to praise God, sing and talk about our faith. No shame, no fear, just an open, honest time of worship and connection. And it was so powerful. I mean, it really had me realizing something important. Gen Z is not only going to speak up about politics, we're also finding our voices when it comes to faith. We're not afraid to declare that we believe in God, that we want to follow Christ, and that our faith matters. And that's a big deal in a culture that often tries to push religion to the side. And so these two things, politics and faith, are connected in ways that we cannot ignore. As young people, we're seeing how our values shape the way we approach politics and how our faith gives us the courage to stand up for what's right. And when I look around to see so many of my peers speaking up about the issues that matter to us, whether it's politics or our faith, I know that we're on the brink of something powerful. Gen Z is not staying silent. We're speaking up, and we're doing it with conviction. And now, let's take a quick break and talk about something that really hits home for me. if you've been listening to the show for a while, recently, I don't like to shy away from the real conversations. Whether it's politics, faith, personal struggles, like my injury with my foot. The challenges that came with it, I believe in being honest about what we go through. I think that we need to take time to really focus on mental health. And I know as right-wing people, we don't really talk about mental health because we think it doesn't matter, but I think it matters. And that's why I'm so excited to partner with a company called Not Always Okay. They're really not just a clothing brand, they're a movement. Their whole mission is about breaking the cycle of saying, I'm fine, when you're really not. Think about how often people ask you, how are you? And your automatic response is always going to be, I'm fine, I'm doing okay. I'm good. Or, I'm good, I'm just busy. You put that mask on. We've all been there. We act like everything's fine, we push through, because that's what you're supposed to do, right? But the reality is hiding behind the I'm always okay mindset can wear you down and seriously impact your mental health. And I love what this brand stands for because I've been there myself, and I know many of you have too. Like with my foot injury, I pushed it down for so long, and that's why I kind of did so many episodes about mental health recently, is because I think we need to talk about it. It's okay to not be okay all the time. It's okay to be real and to have tough days. And admit life is hard. That's what Not Always Okay is about. It's about creating a community where people can be honest. Drop the fake positivity. Drop the mask. And actually support each other. So if that resonates with you, please go check them out at notalwaysokay.company. And honestly, they're so great. They gave me a discount code to share just with you. Use Clayton, all caps, CLEIGHTON. Once again, that's Clayton, all caps, for 10% off your entire order. They just recently are dropping new clothes, and I love them. So join the movement and embrace being real, and don't always have to act like you're okay. Let's be real with Not Always Okay. So what does all this mean for our future? I think it means that Gen Z is becoming a force to be reckoned with. Politically, spiritually, and in so many other aspects. We're not going to be afraid to speak out, to reject what we believe in. We need to stand up for our ideologies that we believe in, and if we don't agree with them, let's stand up for that. Let's not be quiet. If you're part of Gen Z, my message to you is simple. Don't stay silent. Your voice matters, your beliefs matter. Whether you're speaking up about politics, your faith, or anything else, do not be afraid to be bold. The world needs your voice, and the generation is more powerful than you think. So, thank you for tuning into this episode of The Clayton Show. And if you enjoyed it, please share it with your friends, your family. Let's keep the conversation going. Please go check out the new merch website. Please go use the link. It all helps me produce content like this so we can get a legit studio and really good equipment because I want to make more episodes for you guys. We're kind of building a team out. I have lots of people around me that really want to help, and I want to keep this going for you. I hope that you're seeing the same shift, and I hope that you're driving the change. So, as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more episodes. Keep speaking up and stay true to what you believe. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great week.